Do you ever feel like your phone is constantly glued to your hand, stealing your attention away from everything else? If you do, you're definitely not alone. It feels like we're always connected, always online, but what happens when we disconnect completely? Today, we're going on a journey to find out. We're exploring a 72-hour experiment with no phone, no internet, and absolutely no screens. What happened was surprising, deeply calming, and honestly, really powerful. This is a simple lifestyle experiment anyone can try to reclaim their focus and find a little more peace in this noisy world. We live in a world of constant scrolling and endless notifications. Every app on our phone is designed to grab our attention and keep it. Every buzz, every vibration, every little red dot pulls our brain away from what truly matters in the moment. Over time, this digital deluge slowly chips away at our ability to concentrate. Our attention becomes fragmented, scattered into a million tiny pieces. It gets harder to read a book, harder to focus on a single task, and even harder to just be still and do nothing. We're so used to being entertained and stimulated that the quiet moments can feel uncomfortable. That's exactly why taking a short, intentional break from technology can be so powerful. It's not about hating technology. It's about reminding ourselves that we are in control, not our devices. A digital detox, even a short one, can act like a reset button for your brain, helping you clear out the mental clutter and find your focus again. It gives you a chance to step back, breathe, and remember what it feels like to be present in your own life, without the constant pull of the digital world. It's an opportunity to break the cycle and build a healthier, more intentional relationship with the screens that dominate so much of our time, so we decided to dive in headfirst. We set a clear and simple rule for ourselves. For the next 72 hours, there would be no phone, no laptop, no TV, and absolutely no social media. The only thing on the agenda was real life. I won't lie, the first few hours felt incredibly strange. It was a constant battle with muscle memory. I'd reach for my pocket to check my phone, only to find it wasn't there. There was a weird sense of boredom, a restlessness that I hadn't felt in years. The silence was almost deafening at first. My brain was screaming for a distraction, for a notification, for something to scroll through. But then, slowly, something began to shift. As the hours passed, the world started to come into focus in a way it hadn't before. I started noticing the little things, like the sound of birds chirping outside my window, something I'd tuned out for years. I noticed the way the leaves on the trees moved in the wind. Most importantly, I started to notice my own thoughts. Without a screen to escape into, I had to sit with them. Forgotten hobbies started to resurface from the depths of my memory. I found an old notebook and started writing again. I picked up a dusty guitar and strummed a few chords. I even started drawing, something I hadn't done since I was a kid. It was like rediscovering parts of myself that had been buried under layers of digital noise. As we moved into the second and third day, something even deeper started to happen. It wasn't just about finding new things to do, it was about how I felt internally. My sleep became incredibly deep and restorative. I woke up feeling genuinely refreshed, with a kind of clean, steady energy that lasted throughout the day. Without needing that mid-afternoon caffeine hit, I just felt lighter. The constant low-level anxiety that I hadn't even realized was there began to fade away. And then came the creativity. It started flowing back in a way I hadn't experienced in years. Ideas started popping into my head effortlessly, without any pressure or struggle. It felt like my mind was finally quiet enough to hear its own creative whispers. Having that quiet, empty space was like tilling the soil of my mind, making it fertile for new thoughts to grow. It was during this time that I had a profound realization. I started seeing just how much time, mental energy, and focus I was losing to the online world every single day, often without even noticing it. It wasn't just the hours spent scrolling. It was the mental residue it left behind, the fragmented attention that bled into every other part of my life. This detox wasn't just a break, it was an eye-opening audit of my own life. After those 72 hours were up, I picked up my phone again. It was still there, the same device it had always been. But my relationship with it had fundamentally changed. The biggest difference was internal. My mind felt calmer, less scattered. That constant urge to check, to scroll, to react had quieted down significantly. My focus returned. I could sit down and read a chapter of a book without my mind wandering. I could have a conversation and be fully present with the person in front of me. And a really surprising benefit, the day felt longer. Without all those little 5-minute screen breaks that add up to hours, I suddenly had so much more time. It felt like I had been given extra hours in my day to do things that actually mattered to me. This experiment was never about rejecting technology entirely. Technology is an amazing tool. It was about learning to use it with intention rather than letting it use me. So I created a few simple, sustainable boundaries for myself. No more checking my phone first thing in the morning. I give myself at least an hour to wake up, hydrate, and just be. No more scrolling in bed before sleep. I read a book instead. And I set fixed times during the day for checking messages and emails instead of being reactive all day long. These are small rules, but they have had a huge impact on my daily life and mental clarity. Now, it's your turn. You might be thinking that 72 hours sounds impossible, and that's totally okay. You don't have to go all in right away. The key is to just start small. You can begin with just 1 hour a day. Pick a time, put your phone in another room, and just disconnect. See how it feels. Once you're comfortable with that, maybe you can try 1 full day a week, like a screen-free Sunday. What can you do with that time? The possibilities are endless. Go for a walk in your neighborhood and leave your phone at home. Intentionally notice your surroundings. Pick up that book that's been sitting on your nightstand for months. Or simply sit in silence for 10 minutes and just breathe. Pay attention to your thoughts without judgment. Go to a park, sit on a bench, and enjoy nature. You might be surprised at what you discover when you give yourself a little bit of space. You might discover something really beautiful and long lost, your own thoughts, your own creativity, and your own presence. If this idea inspired you, I'd love to hear from you. Share in the comments below, how long do you think you could comfortably stay offline? A few hours, a full day, a whole weekend? There's no right or wrong answer. Thanks so much for watching. We have more simple lifestyle experiments and videos coming very soon, so be sure to subscribe so you don't miss out. See you in the next one.